Managing rental pricing can be tricky and time consuming. But what if you had a tool that you could do it for you, automatically and strategically? Meet Wheelhouse. This is a powerful dynamic pricing software designed to help short-term rental hosts and property managers maximize their earnings with real-time market data just like this one. Whether you're new to Airbnb, VRBO, or any other short-term rental platform, setting the right price can be a challenge. Charge too much and you might lose bookings. Charge too little and you're leaving money on the table. That's where Wheelhouse comes in. So as you can see, they're actually a trusted platform for a lot of modern hospitality operators like V-Trips, Wonder, Summer, and a lot more. In this tutorial, I'll walk you through how Wheelhouse works, how to set it up, and how to use its dynamic pricing features to optimize your rental income. By the end, you'll know how to let Wheelhouse do the heavy lifting so you can focus on growing your rental business. If you're ready to increase bookings and boost profits, let's dive into the step by step guide. First things first, you can head over to their website, which is usewheelhouse.com. And then from in there, you can see in here this website of them. What we can do is we can just head over and then go to this dynamic pricing option and click onto this explore pricing. So since this is what we're gonna do, you can click onto this get started option and you can just input right there your details in order to register for an account for Wheelhouse. So I have actually already done it earlier, so it already added me onto my dashboard. So in here, I have in here my dashboard, and for example, we have in here this Wheelhouse sample. If you want to add in here your hotel or your room on your Airbnb, you can click onto this add accounts option. And then from in there, it should be able to add your account or connect your account from Airbnb, Direct, Hospitable, and a lot more options like this one. So you will house is actually good because you can connect a lot of integrations that we have seen earlier. And you can also create a dynamic set or user navigator to create a dynamic set based on your property's location. So if it's optimal or not. And you can create a hypothetical listing for your property's potential by leveraging their set and market reports. So what you can do first is you just need to head over and then connect your accounts that we have from earlier. Then once you have connected those, all of the listings that you have should be able to be reflected onto your dashboard. So if you want to edit the listing, you can click onto this edit icon or this pencil icon. And then after that, it should be able to show up in here this. So for the base price, you can actually change your base price. And in here, we have the data-driven status. So you can change your base price into data-driven or rule-based if you want. So on rule base, for example, let's put in here our base price at around $200 per night. And then after you have inputted that, it should be able to show up in here if it's actually available or it's a recommended base price. So they have historical base price based on market baseline, as well as the bedrooms that your actual B&B offers, the room type, the guest allowed, approximate location. So you have in here the approximate location and if it's actually a good location or not, as well as the amenities that you actually offer if it's worth the price. We also have in here the occupancy, wherein it's actually the adjustment aligned with market occupancy as well as observed bookings. So for this one, you can change your base price based on what you like for this one. Now from in there, you can also go over to the seasonality in order to see in here the pricing engine for that. So you can see in here the conservative as well as the actual data that shows up if you can add some prices onto the baseline that you have set if it's actually acceptable. So as you can see, you can price this Airbnb at around $215 onto the actual part of June to July. It is actually recommended and it has a standard impact. If you want a more aggressive approach, you can click onto this more aggressive one and you should be able to see in here a higher impact based on your seasonal changes. Now, it is also the data-driven status for your day of week. So for example, usually weekends has higher bookings than the other days of the week. So you can change it up according to your liking. You can make weekends higher or weekends lower if you want. So let's choose in here the more aggressive approach wherein the weekends are higher. So it should be able to show up in here this week. Now you can also choose in here a data pricing for the last minute options. So you click on this last minute and you can choose data driven or rule based. So you can choose higher impact as well for this one. So on some cases, if they book the actual BNB on the last minute, they should be able to actually get a higher price than usual. So for the far feature, you can also change that up right here. We have in here the recommended as well as a more aggressive approach for this one, as well as a lower impact. So I actually recommend to use the recommended option, but if you want to change it into a more aggressive route, you're free to actually use this. Now, did you know that you can also change up your rates? Click on the this custom rates right here. And then once you have clicked on those, it should be able to reflect the custom rates that you can actually change. So we have in here our actual calendar and you can add a custom rate for a specific day of the year. So for example, let's add in here a custom rate for January or March 20. Let's put that right here. Then you can click onto this add custom rate or this plus custom rate right here. And then for this one, let's put in here March 20 to March 21 since this will be an overnight booking. So click onto this apply dates. And then for this one, you can choose dynamic rate or fixed rate. So for this one, you can add in here a particular amount. So for example, let's add in here at around $250. You can input that right here and you can put in here day of week rates as well as the expiration date for that. You can click onto the save changes in order to save it. And as you can see on March 20 and 21, we have the rate of around $250 for that. So you can also choose in here a minimum stay for your actual location. So I actually recommend this because on the United States, they have a squatters law and you need to make sure that you're maximizing your profits based on the minimum stay. So for example, you're only allowed to stay for 2 nights because it changes and it takes off a lot of cleaning fee. So click onto this save and then you can adjust the existing options. So for the minimum price, you can also adjust that if you would want as well. So it's actually dependent on this one right here if you want to actually input a particular customization for each day. So for the reservation, you can also go to that page and onto the reservation, you can see all of the reservations available for your listing. You can adjust that and you can actually add some things, but do make sure that they're requested by the clients. So we also have in here the performance for the actual BNB that we have for the nightly revenue as well as the occupancy. And we also have in here the insights for that as well. So you can see in here your insights for your actual BNB. This is just an example. And we have in here the predictive changes as well. Have the weight on reactive demand model and the likes. You can also add some notes on this particular listing and also show in here the change log to see if what had been changed for the last 30 days or just recently. So if you're interested to learn more, do take note to go over to your actual Wheelhouse onto their website and you can head over and then start a free trial just like I did. And that's it. Now you know how to set up and use Wheelhouse to optimize your rental pricing and stay ahead of the competition. With data driven insights and automated price adjustments, Wheelhouse takes the guesswork out of pricing so you can earn more with less effort. If you find this tutorial helpful, hit the like button, subscribe for more rental hosting tips, and drop a comment below. Are you planning to try Wheelhouse? Let me know. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next.